kind of production side of things, you have to. There's certain shots you're looking for.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
or if you got this
anything
guy
in
who's
slow-mo,
not set up or whatever, and he wasn't in the right
Usually my fault,
position. It's got to be his fault.
Yeah, it's a fascinating topic. It's one I'm really, really passionate about. And again, going back to the word reality, people always act surprised when they're like, oh, that wasn't real. Like, oh, I stumped you. Like, I know that was fake, right? And so there's this big movement in reality TV, like, oh, that's like people are always trying to prove that it's fake.
Yeah.
And what I really hope people understand and start to see is reality television is an art form. And I know that sounds wild, and not to get too ooey gooey on this, but it's just like creating a movie. It really is a balance between a full scale scripted, because these girls are not scripted whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right.
It is completely unscripted. But at the same time, we're making sure that we're steward to the story.
100%, right? And it's got to look good.
It's got to look good. We got to be in the right place. We got to do all this. And so that's where the art form, and it's something that I'm passionate about, always getting better at, right? So 100%, right? And the talent matters. And I always tell Whitney and the cast, you have to get used to being called talent, right?
Yeah.
Because now you're a star in a real production.
That's right.
It's a big deal. And
there's a lot of time that goes through planning it. I mean, this is just a little podcast here that, nobody watches. But, there's production that goes behind it. We've got cameras, we've got lights, we've got mics, we've got, I'm putting show flows together, and I'm trying to research the people, Colin and Whitney, and figuring out. I did some research on Juice and somehow let him in still.
I got warrants. I got 3 warrants.
Right. We talked about integrity. You need to tell me everything that's going on. So, but I mean, there's so much production that goes behind just sitting down and coming onto the camera. I'm sure you're doing things. I know he's doing production, but you're doing the business of life too that you're having to do, and then prepare for the production of the show as well.
Absolutely. I yell at Colin all the time, please make our schedule.
I bet. Constant.
I'm like, but obviously I have things that I want inputted in. So I say, we have this and this and this. Mm-hmm. What do you want to shoot?
That's great.
You can come to this. How many people do you need? Who do you want to show up? Those kind of things.
Yeah, Whitney's been huge. I mean, her and everybody. I mean, it really is a team effort. We have a group text, and I always text them. I'm like, team, right? That's how I start the text, right? Because it really, there's a lot of effort, and everybody gives. I don't think really, when you watch that episode, even that trailer, it's a minute long, right?
Right.
This took weeks and weeks of production, multiple days of showing up, finding the location, getting the right people, choosing what you're going to wear.
That is very important. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Marissa. Kiki Rissa.
Yeah, shout out to Kiki Rissa.
I love it.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes behind it, and it takes a big team to pull it off.
You talk about what to wear. I had somebody tell me one time in Nashville, we were on a TV show, and I think I showed up. It's like the worst thing that could ever happen to me. Mm-hmm. But I was in my mid-30s, and I showed up, and we had makeup artists come in because this was, real TV production. It's not a podcast. It's not with some jabronis over here. But, they makeup artists came in, but I woke up that morning, and at 35, I hadn't had a pimple in like 15 years. Mm-hmm. And I showed up, and it was like the third eye on my forehead.
Sure.
And I was never so happy to have a makeup artist come in and do makeup. And I had a white T-shirt, and they're like, "No, you can't wear white." Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's certain colors that just don't work on film, right?
It's like this is a trigger for me,
right?
And it's just because I want it to turn out phenomenal. White is such a popular color to wear down here. You see the beach pictures, and everybody thinks white. No, we want the opposite. We want colors.
It hits better on the camera, right?
Yeah.
I mean, white kind of blends back.
Well, there's science.
There is science behind it. And then I don't like you've got lines going different ways.
Yeah, this would not show well on
if it was all horizontal, you'd be like really messed up.
Yeah, don't wear plaid, don't wear stripes.
Yeah, you got to be careful with certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has actually a color card on his phone that he'll hold up.
He sends it to us.
So
He
they're
sends
like, all right, this is the palette. Dude, it's hilarious.
He sends it to us.
And just so everybody knows, it's out there. I want to push the limits on that so far this year, because it stands out. When you get one of our editors, Geroyd, he's out of Ireland.
Great.
And now everybody's going to steal him because he's excellent.
Yeah.
Blur it out.
Starts with a Z.
No, he's really talented, and I want to. And by the way, there's no hiding the team. By the way, this is a team effort, and everybody shares in that. But he's actually there's. Just like in construction, there's trades, right? Yep. You can be a HVAC or plumbing. Mm-hmm. There's trades within post-production, sound design. Geroyd is a colorist. And I don't know if people understand that is an actual discipline within post-production editing. And so there's actually a science. And so we actually do have the color cards and would want even more control over the wardrobe, and that's something we're moving into.
So I knew the basics, but I didn't know all that you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
That is great.
Yeah, you need